All right, so I wanted to look a little bit at some of the Battlefield 6 campaign lore that we got. Yesterday, we got a campaign reveal trailer at the PlayStation State of Play, and throughout the day, you actually got more mission operations. Apparently, some people got early access to 3 campaign missions, and they were able to play those 3 campaign missions and show a little bit of that to the public. So those videos are out there now, and I saw tidbits of that. I didn't sit down and see a whole video. I didn't sit down and extensively watch it, but from what I saw, I kind of got an idea of how the campaign is going to look. And the campaign looks beautiful. The realism to it is there. The grounded feel is there. That modern warfare feel kind of is there. And when I say modern warfare, I mean like the actual modern warfare, not Call of Duty's Modern Warfare. And I had an itch. I had a big itch for Modern Warfare 4 this year, and I was disappointed that Black Ops 7 was coming out, and I wanted MW4. I think Battlefield 6 is gonna scratch that itch that I have for that type of game, and I'm glad that I have options. I'm glad that I'm gonna be able to play something different, and it looks pretty good so far. However, I will say that some of the missions look somewhat open combat, if that's what you want to call it. Like, some people are going to look at that and say, oh, that's open combat from MW3. That's not what we want. But in reality, when you play some of the Battlefield campaigns, like I recently played Battlefield 4 campaign, it felt open combat-ish, and I say open combat as the term that we're using loosely here. It obviously wasn't open combat. It was just kind of how Battlefield campaigns are. They're bigger, there's a little bit more choice and freedom, but who knows if that's going to translate? Who knows if that campaign is really going to be good? There's still doubts that I have over the campaign, but it's something that I want to be good. I'm excited for it, and I really hope that it can deliver. I hope it's not a disappointment. We'll find out very soon. Now that all that is out of the way, there are a few little minor things that I thought were interesting. We find out that we're going to be playing this campaign as various members of Dagger 13, an elite Marine Raiders unit who is looking to stop Pax Armada, a private military corporation seeking to reshape global power as NATO teeters on the edge of collapse. The campaign is going to have us fighting across 3 different continents, and you'll be playing as some of the Dagger 13 squad. This includes Haz Carter, who was a former high school quarterback who chose the wilderness over fame. In the Marines, Haz was recognized for his athletic prowess and survival skills, ultimately joining the Marine Raiders and rising to become an assault expert and the leader of the squad. He is a master sergeant and age 41. We also have Dylan Murphy, a warfighter who chose the front lines over an officer's career. Murphy's courage and strategic thinking make him a vital member of Dagger as a team's engineer. He is a gunnery sergeant, and he is 33. We also have Cliff Lopez. Rejecting his parents' wishes for him to go to med school, Lopez sought glory and adventure on the field of battle. With his heart on his sleeve as the squad support contribution, he'll never let Dagger 13 down. He is a staff sergeant and 29. We also have Lucas Hemlock, who is a CIA operator with a largely redacted past. All that's known about Hemlock is that he's a true patriot, willing to do anything for his country. We don't have a rank or an age for Lucas Hemlock. Now, we also have the gorgeous Simone Gecko Espina. Gecko learned to hunt on her grandfather's farm, carrying her tracking expertise into her military career. An adrenaline fanatic, she became a special force operator. As the newest member of Dagger, she's ready to prove herself as the squad's recon expert. She's a staff sergeant and age 27. She's also from Montana, which I know I didn't tell you where the other guys were from, but that's pretty cool. I really liked her. I told you guys yesterday, if you saw my reaction to the reveal, her scene gave me fucking goosebumps when she was questioning or having a fight with one of her other teammates. I don't know, it reminded me of some shit from Special Ops Lioness. Like, the intensity is there. So I really liked that. And a lot of people were comparing this character here to Farah, but I don't think she looks like Farah. I mean, maybe a little bit like Farah, but not really. She got her own little thing going. And I like this character quite a lot, to be honest. Now, we're going to be able to choose between any of these characters, it appears, when we are playing the campaign. And they also stated that the Battlefield 6 single player and multiplayer take place in an interconnected world. So everything that we do or the places that we visit with Dagger 13 in the campaign, we're going to be able to play in those maps when we play Battlefield 6 multiplayer mode. They did say they're going for a more narrative story here compared to the past few campaigns that they did, which would be Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, I believe. So this is interesting and this is cool. And when we talk a little bit more about the actual war that's going on, I did hear in the campaign trailer that they mentioned that the CIA could be behind what's going on in the world right now, or could be behind the attack from Pax Armada. Is the CIA of the United States working with Pax Armada? Is that what's going on, and maybe Dagger 13 are kind of thrown in the middle of it and they find out the truth and now they have to expose the CIA. That could be really cool because it's taking maybe a different narrative beat than maybe previous games have or any other game in this space. And I really, really like that. Can the CIA be involved in something, and does Dagger 13 find out? Because they were having an argument about that. And how deep can it go? And then some of us might say, well, didn't this just happen with Black Ops 6, yada, yada? Yes, but I think in a different way. And I think this is clearly a more grounded take on what would happen if something like that occurred, right? So honestly, it all just sounds pretty interesting. And I'm glad that we got a little bit of background on some of these characters. We now know who we're playing as. We know what's going on. We know who we are and the goals that we're trying to achieve. So I really, really like that. And all of this is setting the groundwork for just a really good campaign. I'm also pretty sure that the story takes place in the year 2028. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw that in one of the campaign missions. So if you want to see a little bit more of the campaign, definitely check out some other videos. And I will caution this. If you're not a fan of the Modern Warfare 3 open combat missions or bigger maps when you play the campaign, then I would really reconsider buying this game if you're only buying it for the campaign. Because that's like, honestly, that's what I'm buying it for. I'm buying it for the campaign, and then everything else to me is secondary. And seeing some of those missions and hearing the length of each mission, which I think is about anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes is the length of each mission. And I'm pretty sure that there's 9 missions in total. So if you're having a mission in the campaign that's 40 minutes long, you know that it's going to be pretty open combat, or it's going to be pretty open and you're going to be tackling and traversing like a really big map. Definitely take that into consideration. Watch some other videos. Overall, I'm still pretty excited for this game, and I cannot wait to play it and bring the story to you guys.